What is currently happening, programs? Welcome to the Grid VR, where I'll be bringing you this week's news in virtual reality. It's Sunday, the 1st of July, 2018, and all I can say this week is we're going knuckles deep. We've got Marvel powers uniting soon, Knuckles controllers portal to the moon, Oculus Home's socially enabled rooms, Nefartari, Pimax 8K, the US courts, and much more. Today, I'm going to cover off the main events to keep you in the loop. So stay locked, enjoy, and welcome to the Grid VR. Marvel, Sansaru Games, and Oculus Studios have shelled out more details and showcased another roster release for their upcoming Marvel Powers United VR game. Black Panther will be rocking his vibranium-powered suit and roguish Wakandan charm alongside 17 other superheroes, including Thor, the Hulk, Rocket Raccoon, Deadpool, Captain Marvel, and the inhuman pairing of Black Bolt and Crystal. Join forces to defeat 8 villains and their minions in a co-op shitfight that takes place across 10 locations, ripped straight from the pages of the Marvel Universe. This does look like a Robo Recall reskin, though in all honesty, that's not really a bad thing. And there will be a variety of costumes from Furious to Fabulous, probably. Plus the game will include unlockables, which sounds like free unlockables, but I'm not quite sure what that means yet. I've actually covered this title extensively on the Grid VR so far in these episodes, so if you want all the finer details on each roster release, then check the descriptions to links to all that semi-sarcastic goodness. July 26 is the release date in the US for Oculus Rift owners, so that's the 27th here in Australia and New Zealand. It will make a landing at $40 and is available for pre-order now if you think they may run out of digital copies. Valve have released a tech demo called Moondust, and what's particularly interesting about this one is it's designed to show off version 2 of their Knuckles controllers. Oh, and it's set in the Portal universe. What? Yep, so not only have the Knuckles controllers been shipped to devs recently, Valve themselves have released new content to support the hardware's development. And while it's highly likely I'm jumping the gun here, I don't have to tell you how cool it is that there is still Portal Universe content being developed for VR. Crush moon rocks to get a feel for force sensors on the controllers and to fuel your rocket to freedom. Drive a moon buggy to see how the joystick and other inputs on the controllers operate. Oh yeah, Knuckles now has joysticks. Use your 10 fully tracked fingers to assemble a modular space station or do some target practice at the throwing range, all with what is shaping up to be the best VR controller available. What's that you say? But we can't play this demo now? Oh, but you can. Paradise Decay, another YouTuber whose video I'll link in the description, has pointed out that a program called ProPuke has outlined instructions on how to get this demo installed and working with Oculus Touch controllers. And the same technique will work for Vive owners too. Yeah. In other Knuckles news, Hackspanner, the tech priest at VR Chat, has posted a pic on Twitter of the new Knuckles controllers landing at their offices, which, if I were a betting man, I'd say that suggests incoming Knuckles support for VR Chat.
Yeah, how did you come to that conclusion?
On top of that, Lawrence Yang, a UX designer at Valve who is currently curating the Knuckles driver guide on Steam, has posted up all the new improvements seen with the Knuckles version 2 controllers. This includes a more rugged ergonomic design and layout, new sensors to enable new interactions, support for Steam's Tracking 2.0, which I covered in this episode of the Grid VR last year, and improved battery life along with a USB-C charging port. All in all, a ton of new info about the controllers we're all waiting for, and I've put a metric shit ton of links in the description of this video if you want to read on. Onto the Oculus side of things, Rift users currently involved in the public test channel will start to see new features pop up in Core 2.0 this week, including group hangouts. Invite up to 7 other friends, or just random people, to your Oculus Home and show off your retro TV, arcade cab, or something you made in Oculus Medium. You can't yet interact with objects or move shit around your house while you have people over, though future updates will include that functionality. Just don't touch my Amiga Supreme, and that's my spot. You can, however, play a movie on a retro monitor to watch with friends thanks to embedded dash panels that let you share content straight from your Oculus desktop. Avatars have been updated and you can take them with you into games like Brass Tactics and Drop Dead. And there's smooth locomotion and thumbstick turning. Thank you. Plus, there's additional language support, so bom dia, filo da puta. And briefly, Contagion VR, the first-person zombie apocalypse game that went viral a little while back, has moved on from a humble demo and into an early access release. I spent some time with this one, and though I did find the performance a little heavy, it was moody as hell and had that grim atmosphere that I know that other fans of the Resident Evil series like me will surely get along with. The game still has the free demo available, which you should try if you haven't already, and the early access title is $20 on the Steam store right now, with a 10% discount until the 6th of July. Rift, Vive, and WMR users can all check the description below for the relevant links. The team at Xperius VR have rendered digital scans from the tomb of Nefartari in what is easily one of the best scanned experiences I've tried. History comes alive as you tour through the tomb scale experience, activating info prompts that'll fill your knowledge container with details on ancient Egyptian mythology. Nefartari Journey to Eternity is available on Steam right now for free, has listed Vive support, but worked perfectly on my Rift, and so WMR users are probably good to go too. I highly recommend you try this one out, and I challenge you to be unimpressed by the possibilities of where educational VR tours like this can take people. Medium, the artistic sculpture building platform from Oculus, has had a huge update to version 2.0. The update includes a new file management system called Scene Graph that allows for more streamlined navigation in the app, a new rendering engine utilizing the Vulkan API, which leads to smoother frame rates, higher res sculptures, and the ability to run up to 100 layers, and a new feature called Elastic Move that lets creators bend and shape their sculpts with more fluidity and realistic elasticity. As mentioned before, medium sculpts can be created and then imported into your Oculus home environment to show off thanks to the new Core 2.0 update. Great stuff, and if you have an artistic flair for sculpting, then I'd highly recommend you check out Medium and all its possibilities. PSVR players who play Skyrim VR can rejoice this week as a new patch has brought better graphics, bug fixes, and a string of improvements like realistic bow aiming. The graphical improvements, particularly for PS4 Pro owners, are actually quite substantial, and the improved lighting helps bring the world to new life, while the controller improvements make the whole thing more mechanically sound. I did a full review of Skyrim VR, which you can see in this video here, and while that's the PC VR version, a lot of the core game review is relevant to PSVR players as well. All in all, great to see Bethesda solidly updating this title, and after Peter Hines, the SVP of Marketing and Comms, said at E3 this year that Doom VFR, Fallout 4 VR, and Skyrim VR have all sold really well, this is indeed a promising sign. Pimax have said that obstacles that prevented them from mass production have been eliminated, and they are moving full speed ahead towards their Kickstarter deliveries. That doesn't mean Kickstarters will receive their 8K HMDs tomorrow though, it just means they're moving ahead, and we'll obviously have to take their word on that. Why do I sound a little skeptical there? Well, because the headsets aren't actually 8K, check the link in the description as to why. They're not going to be 90Hz as originally stated, and the delivery window has been overshot by a fair bit. And while I'm not doubting these things will come out, in fact I think they absolutely will, it's just that all that glitters is not always gold. The fact that the M1 pre-production 8K units have been sent out to 9 Pimax backers though is a good start. Also in the post was the news that programs can choose between a 170 degree and 200-degree field of view mode before launching a game. And the headset bundle will come with Valve's tracking 2.0 technology. Great to have a little more info here, and I'm looking forward to further updates. Also, a US court has halved the $500 million payout that Oculus was due to make to Bethesda's parent company, ZeniMax, after Oculus allegedly stole ZeniMax technology. The judge in this case citing that the original claim lacked sufficient evidence for damages. HTC is donating more than 100 Vives to public libraries in California in a Vive Libraries program, where people can stroll into a library and experience educational VR for free. This is amazing news, as experiences like Nefartari can have a much more memorable impact on people than just books. I'm joking, I love books. The team at Saber put a post on Twitter saying that they are working on multiplayer support for the title, which will no doubt be some great social fun for PC VR and PSVR players alike. A 10-year-old coder from Melbourne, Australia named Yuma has posted a video on Twitter of his Augmented Reality UI prototype for game shopping. This immediately cements in my mind that while the future of gaming is VR, the future of shopping is AR, and this kid is more talented than I'll ever be. Seriously, check this one out, and as always, all the links are in the description. And finally, YouTube have decided that they are testing out auto-generated replacement thumbnails. I reached out to YouTube, and in this response,
We appreciate the work you put into customizing your thumbnails to fit the theme of your channel and appeal to your audience, but we've come up with and we think that may work better.
what the fuck? And that's this week on the Grid VR. You can help support this channel by grabbing exclusive rewards on Patreon, and if you like this video, then crush that like button, have your say in the comments below, and hit the XO logo to subscribe if you wanna. I'll see you in the next one. Peace!